Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video. Today we're going to react to the NBA cracks down on load management. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
It's about damn time. It's about damn time.
First, they tackled the challenge system where a coach can be given a second challenge if the first was successful, and I was like,
wow.
Then simultaneously added a penalty to the plague upon humanity and mankind that is flopping.
My wee-wee goes boing, boing.
Hey, yo!
Hey, champ, that's really interesting. Next time, keep it to yourself.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo,
And now
what
the
the
NBA is
fuck?
finally addressing load management, or what I like to call boo-boo management.
What happened?
I slipped on an ice cube and got
Covered in boo-boos.
Don't do this show up.
Yeah, bet you injured now, huh, boy? As you guys can clearly see, I've got some unresolved personal anger with some of these. Oh, look, it's me. Damn it, y'all got me saying it now. The NBA has also added a rest policy exception. Those who qualify being players who are 35 years old by season opener or who have tallied up to 34,000 regular season minutes or a total of 1,000 combined regular season and playoff games. Obviously, that would include the likes of LeBron, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, Stephen Curry, and Not today, Dynamo, not today. Save it for another video. The fact that this even had to be addressed and made into a policy by Adam Silver and the Board of Governors shows you how big an issue this has become and how much they've allowed this monster to feed and grow larger. Adam Silver was modest with it. He said, oh, we kind of let it get a little bit out of hand. No, it's been out of hand for years. Adam Silver and the board get many props from me for being able to accomplish all of this in such a short amount of time, as well as holding themselves chiefly responsible for allowing things to deteriorate to this level. Now, while these changes are so welcome, they're appreciated, they're sorely needed, there will be ways to abuse them and get around them, not just by players, but by organizations as well, because a lot of the times when you see players sitting down on the sidelines, it isn't always just because I don't feel like playing today or I'm just not feeling it. A lot of different times it'll be the general managers of certain organizations who just don't want their prized possession to get injured possibly in a game that in their opinion holds very little importance and isn't worth you being out there. But I originally thought, and I'm exposing my naivety to you all with this, I thought with how shrewd these players are and how these organizations can be conniving and cunning, that they would mostly be taking the games off that don't matter, or games that nobody cares about and no one's really watching. Detroit, for example, being my team, has been bad for years. There were plenty of different times I would look at a Detroit game where they're playing somebody notable and the stars either weren't there, one of them or two of them. When in actuality, it's been more so of players choosing to take the games off that have been seen as the more difficult competition. Because it's the regular season and we don't care about the regular season, so why the hell would I play against the Nuggets tonight? Nah, that team's too good. I'll have to expend too much energy. Pencil me in for Charlotte Hornets or Orlando Magic. Ugh, it's Malika. Wait, I better not say nothing or else she'll expose me. She mentioned a scheduled game of this calendar NBA season where Devin Booker and the Suns would be facing the Blazers one day and the next day face the Warriors. Then she said Devin Booker couldn't sit out the Warriors game because it's a nationally televised game. And then I thought, wait, why would he sit out the Warriors game? That's the far better game. The competitive mentality that I thought a lot of these people had at least would dictate you would play the Warriors game and sit out against the Blazers because who are the Blazers anymore? But no, I started to dig and then I'm seeing players all over the place missing big scheduled games, nationally televised games all over the place, which is why we live in a world where LeBron and Kevin Durant have not faced each other on the NBA court in 5 years. You can excuse a chunk of it to injury because Kevin Durant had a lengthy amount of time that he hadn't seen the NBA court, but what about all the other instances? There's no excuse for that. Even though Kevin Durant is religiously allergic to adversity, he doesn't strike me as somebody who wouldn't want to play basketball most of the time. LeBron, however,
Preseason, I'm not quite worried about.
Don't worry about me in the preseason. Nah, it's not.
When the topic of load management gets discussed, the first person that comes to mind is Kawhi Leonard, but following him in second place is LeBron.
Preseason, I'm not quite worried about. I am rounding 36.
I find it ridiculous he was complaining about playing in a preseason game at 35 turning 36 when you have people in so many different categories of time back in the day that were playing all 82 games. Yes, you could say the league was different, the game played differently, of course, but it's still you getting out there expending physicality, stamina, energy. And back in the day, those same people, after doing all that for hours, would have to get on a plane with every other civilian. They didn't have private planes back then. Sometimes they'd have to take trains, have a very bumpy, uncomfortable ride to the next town over to go and do the same thing. Now they're catered to, they're pampered, but yet even still, it's not enough. And you've got multiple stars sitting out at the same time, something that when Popovich did it, when Tim Duncan was still on the Spurs, it was so bad, it was so egregious. How could he? Now it's commonplace. Tell me, how many times have y'all seen both LeBron and AD sit on the bench at the exact same time? Do you two share the same body? Same thing with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, even worse with them, which is why they added the caveat of having multiple stars sit out at the same time being something that is a no-no. Thank you. Thanks. As Adam Silver stated, they're trying to take care of the most egregious offenders of this, which I'm all for. But when they say things like, you are a star if you've made an NBA or all-star team in the last 3 years, it makes me immediately think of hopefuls to be stars this year being Victor Wembanyama or Chet Holmgren. They can be load managed like crazy all year. Never been on an all-star team. You got my boy Cade, who mostly missed the entire season last year. I'm expecting him to have a breakout year this year. You can load manage him as well. These are just some of the instances and ways that you can get around it. But then let's look at the primary issue with this being people who are injured. Did you hear me when I did the quotations? Did you hear them? Okay, you probably didn't hear them, but I'm doing them right now. I was quite befuddled when Kawhi Leonard's name came up in relation to him having only one rested game last year. What? Injury or something, just saying load management. NBA looks the other way and says, oh, they must be telling the truth. But now they're going to have a separate division of doctors that they themselves have appointed to look into whether these injuries are legitimate. So when you say something is one way, they're like, let me see. There have been so many occasions in the past few years where I hear the team just says, so-and-so has a wrist thing, so-and-so has an ankle thing, a toe thing, a finger thing. Where is this coming from? Where was this the last game? I didn't see you have any discomfort.
Facts.
You didn't wince in pain on any of these occasions. Where did this come from out of nowhere? If the NBA starts investigating all of those instances and they take this seriously like they claim they're going to, but they're going to do so with a light touch, I swear to you there will be at least 50% injuries that have been accumulated in the NBA will now be exposed as being fraudulent or embellished. But of course, that's if they decide to pursue an investigation or look more into it, which I don't think they're going to like they say they are. Even their light touch may not even be a touch. It'd be like touching the hair on someone's skin, not even touching them. In certain cases where it gets really egregious and it looks as if there's something suspicious going on or fishy going on, they may do that. But at the very least, this will make teams far more or less likely to just claim a player of theirs is injured and assume the NBA is going to look the other way. There's always that fear that if they do decide to look more into this, we would have to prove it and provide documentation. And we can't just rely on this player's third-party witch doctor to say one thing or the other. So yes, thank you. Thank you so much, NBA. You've done so many great things this offseason and addressing the malarkey that I am genuinely excited and looking forward to this next coming NBA season. People like LeBron, who are much older, some of the oldest players in the league, I do believe they've guaranteed themselves or at least earned the right to not play every single game. But when you look at back in the day where people like Jordan were 40 or 41 playing all 82 games, and you see some of them and just look at them like, well, why are you still in the league if this is so debilitating for you to play back-to-back games, to play 70-something odd games?
Because
just retire if it's that big a...
Because they used to care, because they back then they actually used to care about the fans. Keep that in mind. Back in the day, Jordan, Kobe, Iverson, Tracy McGrady, before the injuries started like really getting to him. Shaq, before the injuries started getting to him. A lot of guys used to actually care about the fans, whether it was a home game or an away game. They actually used to care about the fans. These guys today, they got $200 million, $300 million contract. You think they give a fuck about the fans? Fuck no.
A deal. Trying to avoid Murphy's Law as if Murphy's Law can't happen at any point in any time. And this just shows at the end of the day that these players who have millions upon millions of dollars of technological advancements and health can't stay healthy. It's not because the game and the data shows that the pace of the game has increased and this and that. Maybe a little bit, but it's mostly due to players just being extremely selfish and spoiled rotten divas.
Facts.
Everybody, no matter what job it is, needs a break. They need some time away. All of us as human beings have the right to just not feel like it today.
Facts. I work 7 days a week. If I take a day off, I don't eat. If I take a day off, my paycheck's short. Bills not getting paid. Gas not getting put in the car. Food not being put in the refrigerator. Things are not getting done if I'm not doing my job. So why should you get that excuse? Unless you truly injured, unless you tear your fucking ACL, your Achilles, or you have a knee fracture or something like that going on, back spasms. If none of that shit ain't going on, you need to be playing. Point blank period. It's the NBA season, bro. You bound to have injuries. You playing 82 games a season, you're bound to have injuries. So just suck it up, play through them, and be a fucking man. I'm tired of these NBA players, bro. You're spoiled. I don't care. If you get injured, you get injured. Dudes like Iverson, Kobe, Jordan, they'd die out there on that court if they had to, bro. Because they leave it all out there. And then you got this scumbag right here. He don't care. All he care about is trying to claim that he better than Jordan. He want to be Jordan, but he can't. He want to be Jordan without putting in the work like Jordan. That's why he'll never be better than Jordan or Kobe or Iverson.
I don't want to do it today. I don't want this and that. We're human beings. I understand that. But to abuse the system and take it for granted and to push the line and the envelope as far as you can before getting in trouble, it's just disrespectful, especially when you're making so many millions of dollars a year and you're going to keep making more and more as time goes on and you want to do less work. Boo-hoo-hoo. Get the hell out of here. I don't agree with that. So that's all I have to say on the matter. Tell me what you guys think about the rules regarding load management, their policy changes, and how they're going to investigate discrepancies. I'd like to hear what everyone has to say on the matter, and I want to thank you all for making it this far. If you have, like, comment.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, I'll see y'all in the next video. Till then, peace out.